Hey guys, welcome back to Starcast Remarks. Along with Chris and James, my name is Ryan. It is currently 11:55 p.m. So we are all tired, but nonetheless, we are here with you. Stars lose by a final score of 3-2 tonight against the Los Angeles Kings. Guys, give me y'all's initial thoughts of this game in particular.
I hate staying up late to finish a bad game. I mean, that third period sucked.
It was by far the worst period for us.
What was particularly bad about it? Because I had a couple of things.
We didn't shoot. We had 5 shots the whole period. The Kings had us pinned in our own zone the entire time. We couldn't pass. We kept turning the puck over. I mean, what did we do good is a better question.
Yeah, that's a decent. And that's a decent point. So, anyways, coming into the game tonight, Dallas has won 4 straight, and Los Angeles has, in the last 8, been 6-1-1. And they highlighted the 2 goaltenders right off the bat. First off, it's Phoenix Copley, former Washington Capital. He's been really good. He is now 9-1-1 as the starter for the Los Angeles Kings because the Kings have not been getting good goaltending. And Ottinger has a record of 17-6-3 now. Still a very good record, but just highlighting how well both goalies have been. Right at the first period, there was a Benn backhand chance right off the rush. It was a great shift by that Benn line. And 2.5 minutes in, shots are 5-2 Dallas. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, Dallas is playing decent. Okay. Hockenbach has a blast, but there's no traffic in front. So Copley makes the save easy. Arvidsson has a shot that's blocked. And then Kupari, he gets the first goal of the game. He comes straight off the bench and he scores. And the D-men out there at that point, which was Miller and Suter, were completely out of position and they had no idea that he was even behind them. So was that a goal that Ottinger maybe should have had?
No, that was a terrible turnover by, I'm pretty sure it was Colin Miller who turned it over at his own blue line while we were changing. I mean, there's no need to make that pass, especially with all the space he had. He had so much space. He made a terrible pass while we were changing. I mean, that's not on the goaltender there. That's on Colin Miller for making a stupid pass.
Yeah, and I agree with that. It was frustrating because I was just talking about he's kind of been good the past couple of games, and then of course he makes a really bad turnover that directly leads to a goal.
Right after the goal, Dallas would go on the power play, though. It looked pretty good for the most part. There was a lot of good movement, and the first movement they just got to avoid getting shots blocked. They find an open lane somewhere was my thought from that power play.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's as good as our power play got all night.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree with you. Sean Durzi had Robo in a head choke, and that kind of hacked me off. And I don't know what Durzi was doing there, but I wish I could have seen more fight back from the Stars there, but we didn't see any. Right after that particular play, Dallas goes on the penalty kill, and it's 1 second of 4-on-4, and it's 1:59 of power play time for Los Angeles there. Sagan gets the tripping call, and there's a couple of good plays here during the penalty kill, especially Dellandrea. Dellandrea had a really good game defensively. There's at least 2 opportunities that he broke up. Kempe had a shot during that power play. There was a tip shot just wide by LA. The Stars would kill it off. And then what kind of hacked me off after that is there is a play that Marchment got high sticked on and there was no call on it. And I guess nobody saw it, not even the linesman.
Yeah. No one saw it.
I mean,
that's it. Yeah. It was a really bad high stick too. I mean, flings his stick into his face and no one sees it.
Yeah, overall, I thought the officiating tonight sucked, but we were also overthrown the power play, so I'm not going to talk about it too much.
5 minutes remaining in the first. The LA fans call a penalty. The refs do not. So maybe a little bit of retribution for not getting the call on Marchment. So 3:45 remaining. Lundqvist needs to make a way better D-zone play out there. He did not have a very good game. He wasn't bad. He was just mediocre. And the way they've been playing right now, it's not good enough. Johnston had a really bad icing call. Just a kind of dumb play there towards the end of the first period that could have led to some really bad opportunities against the Stars. And then to end the period, there was a good shift by the fourth line. And at the end of the first period, I thought Dallas played well defensively. They were okay, but we didn't control the puck enough and we didn't play enough in the offensive zone. And it was almost like I was foreshadowing what was going to happen in the third period.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was actually the Stars' best period of the night, and they're going to score 2 goals in the next period. But I thought this period they controlled the majority of it, especially in the first half. They played better than they did in the second half. But they had a lot of shots. They had a lot of good chances, and they just didn't score any. I think that in hindsight, you really miss not scoring a goal in this period.
Yeah, and definitely the only ways the Kings end up scoring is from a really, really bad turnover.
Yeah.
Going into the second period, though, Dallas would go back on the penalty kill about 2 minutes in. Johnston with a hooking call. And on that particular penalty kill, I thought it was absolutely excellent. Absolutely excellent work on the penalty kill on that particular play. And I got to give a little bit of credit to the TV combo. The TV combo tonight actually had me laughing for a little bit there at the beginning of the second period, which is more than other combos have for other national live TV audience games like this. So I thought that was noteworthy to write down. Dallas would go on the power play with 15:41 remaining. It was Lizotte with a really nasty boarding call on Marchment. And during the said power play, there were some chances, but it's the same thing. We just need to hit the net more. What did you think of that penalty kill by Dallas and then the ensuing power play?
I mean, the penalty kill was fine tonight. I don't really think that's where the problem is. The problem definitely was with the power play tonight. And honestly, I give a lot of credit to the Kings for that because they saw how we've scored our last like 9-10 power play goals. We're tipping it in front. They're blocking the shot lanes. We can't get it through. We gotta see that and be able to switch back to the fast passes if they're gonna just stand in the lanes like that.
Yeah, and I think we were way too complacent in looking for that and only that in the tips in front. And it has worked super well for us in the past winning streak that we've had, but we weren't taking any of the one-timers. We weren't taking any of the open shots on the wing. I mean, there was a lot of good chances for shots to come from the sides, and we didn't take them. We were only looking for the tips.
And I really think that's just, I think that's just the Kings seeing that and game planning for it, and it worked great. If that's the only thing you're looking for, if the other team is trying to stop that only thing, that they're going to do it most of the time.
Agreed.
Good things would happen for the Stars after that, though. Even though it was a rough penalty, a power play for the Stars, Miro would score off the faceoff with a ton of traffic in front. There was no way that Phoenix Copley could have ever seen that. It's not a power play goal, but I would like to think that some of the momentum they gained from the power play led to that a little bit. What are y'all's thoughts?
I don't think it was the momentum, but they iced the puck after just killing off the penalty, which kept their penalty killers who were already on the ice for a minute on the ice for longer. And I think that definitely helps when you get the offensive zone face off like that. So I think that's where a lot of that comes from more than the power play doing good.
Right after that, LA would get a chance that almost goes off Glendening and in. So Glendening, I guess, can score neither way. And then Kopitar actually scores off of Doughty, and he scores it off of a tip. It makes it 2-1 Los Angeles about a minute after Miro scores his goal. And LA was just harder on the puck after the Dallas goal. What did y'all think?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I mean, they were in our face after we scored the goal, and they totally deserved to score it. I mean, we were super weak on the puck during that entire shift, and yeah, they were all over us.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, this was one of those nights where you look at Otter and is like, he played fine tonight. I mean, no one's going to look at him and be like, oh yeah, but I mean, you don't get one of the big saves tonight, which I don't think it would have mattered at the end anyway, but
I'm going to disagree with that pretty hard, actually. The third period, the Kings should have scored 3 goals.
The only
we should
reason
have been close in this game. Yeah, the third period was absolutely terrible for the Stars, and we haven't talked about it, but yeah, they were awful. He made some huge saves in the third period that kept us in it.
Well, let's get to it real quick. Robo makes it 2-2. He continues his 8-game point streak. He's now has 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points in those 8 games. And he is the one that scores the goal. But again, it's not him who deserves all the credit here. Holy crap, Joe Pavelski. He must have eyes in the back of his head, like they mentioned on the broadcast. I mean, what a great pass.
Yeah, he just knows where Rope and Robo are going to be. I mean, they just all know where each other's going to be. That's how he makes that pass. That was insane.
And it was actually a really good shift by the bin line to set that whole thing up. So, yes, they were the ones that scored the goal, but it was really the bin line who kind of got some of the momentum to push it the other way. So, after that goal, it's 2-2, and the Stars played a lot better after that. It's like they learned from their first mistake. They didn't back off too much when they scored their second goal like they did their first goal. Pavelski hits the post, and the red light went on, but it wasn't a goal. They never blew the play dead. There was never a goal horn or anything like that. And then just like in the defensive zone, Glennie can't hit the net in the offensive zone. He has a huge scoring chance. And then at this point, you could feel that Dallas was really pressing for that third goal. Unfortunately, they would never get it. And right after that, Kopitar hits the inside of the post. At first, I thought Otter got a piece of it, but he didn't. Kopitar just missed. And the Stars are very lucky at this point that it's not 3-2 Los Angeles.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they should have taken the lead right there again. And that's on another really good shift by the Kings. I mean, all up in the Stars' face. Stars didn't have any answer for it. Yeah, good shift by the Kings. They should have scored.
The last 5 minutes of the period here, Hintz had a turnover that was very strange. He normally doesn't do that. And it led to an extended D-zone time for the Dallas Stars there. Otter had a good save on a one-timer. Holy crap, Blake Lizotte can shoot the puck. Scary. There was another big LA chance off the rush for Anderson Dolan, and then another LA scoring chance off the rush for Kopitar. And at that point, I wrote down, I'm thinking, I don't think the Stars are going to win this game because they had all those opportunities. They had 3 opportunities to score right after their second goal. And then after that, it was just press by LA. And I mean, give credit to the LA Kings for how they played.
Yeah, they played a really good game. I agree. Their checking was just, we didn't have a match for it.
And then the third period's really easy to kind of sum up because it really was. It was just constant pressure by the LA Kings. They out Dallas Stars the Dallas Stars. I mean, that's exactly what Dallas does in the third period. And we should mention that their goal in the third period was scored by Kempe. He scored off the rush. It was a beautiful play. I think it was Suter who tried to pinch at the blue line to not let the puck come in, and then Kiviranta just wasn't there to kind of back him up. So I don't think it was. I don't think it. Well, go ahead, James. I'll say what
I thought it was a really stupid play because he didn't even make it to the blue line before they got the puck in, and then he was in no man's land for the pass across. I mean, he looked lost, completely lost.
Yeah, Chris, it did also take a fantastic play, though. I mean,
yes,
that
agreed,
pass and the shot were amazing.
But it only took a fantastic play because Miro Heiskanen was the defenseman back.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't hate the pinch as much on the blue line. I like playing the aggressive. I
just thought he did it really, really poorly.
I think he executed poorly. I'll agree with that, but I don't hate it too bad.
You like the play call. It's like going for the win when it's in football when it's 20-21 and you have a 2-point conversion, something like that. Go for it.
Sure.
Although in this case, it did not work out well for the Stars.
Yeah.
So I honestly thought that the third period, I should also mention that they started okay. They had a couple of shifts that I thought were pretty good, but then after that, they were just dead dog tired and just could not do anything, could not get anything going. They even had a power play, and it was just. I told Casey. Casey was sitting right next to me over here watching the game with me, and I said, "Watch this. The Stars are going to lose this puck battle." And then they lost the puck battle, and I said, "Watch this. They're not going to be able to get into the zone," and they didn't get into the zone. I'm just like, and at this point, I just wrote down they look tired. They're a step slow. They're not competing as hard on the puck as they normally do, and that was really the story of the game.
Yeah, 100% agree.
So kind of frustrating to get into the next segment of tonight's episode, but what happened in tonight's game? You could point out a couple of things, but what's the big thing for you guys tonight?
Yeah, the Stars didn't play as good as they could overall. I mean, the checking is the big thing. The Kings were a better checking team than us tonight. And with that said, we still only lost by 1 goal, so that's kind of a good thing. The other thing is the special teams. I mean, the Stars can't lose special teams. They're one of the best special teams in the league, and we lost it on both ends. I mean, can't have that happen.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot more of it tonight was that we didn't get any help from secondary scoring. I mean, it was the first line always, both times. Like, it wasn't even a shadow of a doubt. That was first line making 2 honestly really great plays. Pavelski making a no-look pass, and then them winning the face-off and throwing everyone in front of the net and screening the goalie, shooting it from the point, and that goes in too.
And I'll go a little bit further. The third and fourth line sucked tonight. They were terrible. Sagan's line was not good at all. It was really terrible. The fourth line had, I think, 1 or 2 good shifts, but they were still scored on as well. I mean, they had especially Sagan. Let's just get right into winners and losers. We're gonna start on the pessimistic side. Sorry, Ryan, I'm taking over your show. Sagan is the biggest loser tonight. I mean, he was terrible. He's a -2 on the night with 4 penalty minutes. He was terrible.
And to be fair on the penalties he did take were a little weak, but he's putting his stick in the wrong place.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. They were weaker calls. I still don't care. I mean, if you're going to be like a franchise player and he's the highest paid player in the National Hockey League right now, and he's on our third line, and he's getting -2 with 4 penalty minutes. That's a terrible game. I mean, any way you slice it, he was awful. He's got to play better. And I don't like that line at all. I think they should change the line. I know everyone was singing the praises about it the past 4 games that they've been winning. I didn't think the line has looked good in any of them, really. So I don't like that line.
And to y'all's credit, he only played 13 minutes and 49 seconds of ice time tonight. So it's not like he was playing a lot either. And unlike Jamie Benn, who has kind of played less minutes this year and has looked really good playing less minutes, Sagan has not been all that great. He's been mediocre, and we just want more from him. I don't think he's been bad. I really don't think he's been bad, but he's just not living up to that.
Tonight he was bad.
Yes, you could say that he was rough tonight. He was bad. James, is he your biggest loser as well?
I'm actually going to take Johnston for biggest loser tonight. I thought he had a very rough night overall. He didn't really do that much wrong, but if you're going to be a second line center, you got to do a lot of rights. And I just felt like
road games.
Yes, and I felt like tonight with us not getting any depth scoring, I didn't think the second line with him and Marchment and Ben looked very dangerous tonight, and they needed to be, because our first line was matching up against their best defense, and they were still scoring. And if we can just get any other goal tonight, then we're tied, and we might get a point out of this game.
I'll disagree a little bit. I like that line tonight. I thought they were still good.
I just they have to do something with how the game plan works going into every game with us. Is we're running 4 lines. That's not what ended up happening tonight. We had to run the first line for almost 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and you can kind of see that it was kind of weird how he did the ice time tonight, because like Delandria had 12.5, Luke Glendening had 12.5, Fox had 13.5.
That's what I was saying. The third and fourth line.
It's a little off. It's a little off tonight.
Yeah, we were not rolling 4 lines because our bottom 2 lines were bad.
And it's honestly really frustrating because we're playing a back-to-back tomorrow.
Yeah, and when you're getting out-checked, I mean, I'm looking at the checking line whenever we get out-checked for sure. I mean, normally we say, oh, our fourth line was better than their fourth line. We say that almost every single game. Couldn't say that tonight.
I'm gonna do it. My biggest loser tonight is Ryan Suter.
Oh my gosh!
I know. He had several. I know, and I was purposely trying to find somebody else to pick on, and it kept sticking in my head the last goal. Yes, it was a fantastic play. Yes, LA deserves full credit for how they played, especially in the third period. They were the way better team. The way better team. It wasn't even close. Ryan Suter needs to make better decisions. He does, and I'm really not trying to like get on him, but he ends with a -2 tonight.
Yeah.
He ends with a -2 tonight.
And how I've started judging how well Ryan Suter has looked, I look at his time on ice. Honestly, I do. He had 16 minutes tonight. Normally he's at 20. That tells me that the coaches saw something that he was not doing great tonight, so they played him less.
Fine. Those are good points.
I'm really not trying to rag on him because I can't help but not, because he just was not good tonight. He was not good tonight. And now I'll go with my biggest winner tonight. My biggest winner, I'll go with Esa Lindell, because he doesn't get enough credit for what he does. Some people are like, oh, he gets overpaid to get at $5.5 million. How often do you have to talk about how bad his defensive play is?
I don't think we ever have.
Almost exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. We've done this podcast for like 3 years, and I think I've maybe done it once or twice when he's been the biggest loser. Maybe, but I don't even remember if I did. So he played really well tonight, especially defensively. He had a couple of offensive plays that I was like, okay, there's a little bit there, but he's my biggest winner tonight. Who is y'all's biggest winners tonight?
Biggest winners, Rope Hens, 2 points on the night, 2 assists. Dude's a maniac, $8 million man. He's still playing great.
Not yet. He's not $8 million man yet. Not yet.
He deserves it.
He does. He does. James, who's your biggest winner?
I'll give it to the first line in general. I mean, they're every night. They're just so consistent. They score every night. It doesn't matter. They scored 2 goals tonight. That's the only scoring we had.
Yep. I do want to take a little bit here and just kind of take a step back, because yes, it was a bad game. They didn't play well. I don't even think they necessarily they didn't play terrible. Let's just say that. They didn't play terrible. They could have played a lot worse, but it was below average, and we know what they can do, and they had 2 days off. So we're a little frustrated about that. But here's
especially after the 4-game winning streak, when they were doing so good, that's what makes it feel a lot worse, because they were on fire.
But I would also argue that it makes it a little bit easier to lose this one because we have won 4 in a row. Now, what we can't do is turn around tomorrow night, play the Ducks, and lay a goose egg. So
you got to beat the Ducks.
You got to beat the Ducks. So yes, we're going to be tired. I would fully expect to see Scott Wedgwood in net tomorrow night. I'm sure that's the plan. Yeah. So yeah, we lost, but it's okay. It's okay. And we're not going to win every single game.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was like at the end of the night. I was like, I don't like losing to the Kings, especially in the Kings' own barn, honestly, because I feel like we do it all the time, but
especially when we have to stay up till midnight to watch the game.
Yeah, right.
That I think that's more the problem, but but I mean, it's the first game that we really have lost since the Oilers game. I'm not too upset about it. We beat our Central Division teams that I hate losing to even more. So, okay, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't lose to the Ducks.
Yep.
Please.
Yeah, don't pull a Toronto Maple Leafs, please. All right, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else we really need to talk about, just because nice, short, sweet, to the point. Is there anything else we need to mention? Oh, Denis Gurianov did come back. So it's good to see him back. He obviously didn't play in tonight's game. They said he's going to have a couple of days to kind of get back up to game speed. So maybe we'll see him back in the lineup. I wouldn't expect tomorrow night, but maybe the game after. I don't know. We'll see. But we should mention that it is good to see him back, and hopefully everything's going okay with him.
Agreed.
Oh, and again, sorry, really quick side note. We should just go ahead and talk about it because the whole sports world is talking about it. But prayers out to Damar Hamlin, that scary incident from Monday Night Football. Hopefully he's doing okay. I haven't seen any other updates other than he's still in critical but stable condition. So hopefully that's not anything bad. I don't know what to take from that, but seriously, prayers out to him. Did y'all hear about that incident? What did y'all think about
I
that?
was watching the game live, and the first thing I thought was Rich Beverly, and I was like, this game's going to get canceled. I mean,
Yeah.
it was super scary.
Yeah. So, anyways, prayers out to him and hope that he's doing okay. Anything else?
All good. Don't
Nope.
lose the Ducks, please.
Please, like, pretty please don't do it. All right.
Please.
Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, whether y'all are listening live right now or whether you're listening later. We appreciate you guys listening. Go and check out StarcastCircleMarkShop.com for all the latest merch options. That's the best way to help support us. Go and check out StarcastCircleMarks.com. There will probably be a blog post here soon because we haven't done one in a couple of weeks because the holidays have been going on.
Holiday break, yeah.
There's a lot of things to be positive about, so expect a positive blog post here soon. But along with Chris and along with James, my name is Ryan. We will catch you guys on the flip side, and we hope you guys have a good, fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are listening. See you guys later.